Coming up on this episode of the Goldilocks Zone, it's Chapter 2 of our Dungeons & Dragons adventure. We pick up our heroes as they're being attacked by some goblins, of course. Watch us as we throw terrible javelins, jump up to branches, and all kinds of other amazing adventures. We've got guests, we've got mystery, we've got dice. It's a lot of fun. Join us as we continue our D&D adventure right now. You're entering the Goldilocks Zone, episode number 28, recorded October 14th, 2015. The Lost Mines of Phandelver, Chapter 2. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Goldilocks Zone. I'm Sean Jenkins, and I'm joined, as always, by the Dungeon Master himself, Mr. Matt Mariani. Matt, how are we doing this evening?
Doing very well, Mr. Sean. I'm wearing the exact same clothes as in last episode for continuity purposes.
Very smart. I'm sure nobody will notice.
No one ever will.
And we're joined by the same two guests. Lucky us. I was going to say Dan Rabideau and Colby Miller, but that wouldn't be right. It's Colby Rabideau and Dan Miller. Gentlemen, welcome back for our continuing Dungeons & Dragons adventure. If you listen to Chapter 1, the previous episode, and if you haven't, I recommend you do that, because we explain better what's going on. But basically where we last left our heroes, or as we call them, heroes. Well, Matt, why don't you restage the scene as Dungeon Master?
All right, so just to recap, our heroes are exploring the region of Phandelver. They've been hired by a sort of a local businessman named Gundren Rockseeker to take this cart of mining supplies, which we were able to ascertain are, in fact, honestly and truthfully, mining supplies, to a local merchant post, a local trading post in the town of Phandelver. But on the road to the town, they encountered two dead horses, which we ascertained through a perception check were clearly killed by goblins, and had been killed recently as a day ago. When our heroes approached the dead horse bodies, they were immediately ambushed by four goblins hiding in the thickets.
Totally called it.
On the embankments.
Those thickets.
Do it every time. We proceeded immediately. Everyone was battling the goblins. Dan handily fought off two goblins, just narrowly escaped them by grabbing a tree branch and jettisoning himself out of there, like out of something like Home Alone. And comically, the two goblins beneath him collided and fell on their backs.
And in fact, since those goblins attacked me, absolutely no damage has been dealt either way, except for Sean's kick.
Yeah, that's right.
Badass kick.
Sean, after an embarrassing display with the javelin, delivered a powerful and hearty kick to the hand of a downed goblin in front of him.
It's safe to say he kicked the hand clean off, like that.
Pretty much. I think he did some considerable hand damage.
He near-death hand injury.
And left the goblin nearly dead. Colby was just withdrawing an arrow from his quiver and setting it, getting ready to deal out some damage as well. And that is where we last left our heroes.
And now it's the goblins' turn to respond to our hijinks.
And the goblins are ready to respond. Goblin 1 this is, and Goblin 1 stands up. He's responding to the arrow that was fired at him by Dan hiding up in the tree. And he looks around and he finally sees
Does he? I think he should take a perception check to see if he's whatever he's about to see.
That's what I'm doing. I'm looking at his. Okay. Yes, he looks up and he sees Dan swinging up in the tree. He shouts some goblin profanities at him before grabbing his short bow. Before taking his short bow out, dropping his scimitar, taking out his short bow, and that is his turn. Now, Goblin 2 sees his friend taking out his short bow, doesn't really know what to look for, so he's also going to do a perception check to see what his friend is seeing. And he notices Dan up in the tree as well. And he's
Good job,
also
Dan.
out his short bow.
Colby, now's your chance. They've both got their bows out. It's like, go, yeah.
That's right. And they're not paying attention to you. They're both looking at Dan. Their eyes are both fixed on Dan.
That was my plan the whole time.
Poor Goblin 3, tied up in the stirrup of the dead horse that he indeed felled. Will he get out of his predicament?
I'm not optimistic.
I hope not.
And you should not be, because he is still stuck in the stirrup.
Yes.
It's a complicated stirrup.
What a fool this goblin is. Still stuck in the stirrup. He's really struggling, really trying hard, but to no avail. He is still stuck. Goblin number
it's axe
4.
time, Sean, just so you know. It's like,
Goblin number 4 is at Sean's feet. He has a broken hand.
And a broken everything.
A broken knee as well, and he is very, very close to death, basically begging for it at this point. He's going to just try to stand up. He's going to try his best to stand up as he pleads with Sean to just end his miserable life.
and Sean refuses.
He is just going to try to stand up on his own 2 feet. And he cannot. He cannot stand up. He putting all of his weight on his good leg. He attempts to rise in front of Sean, but slips and immediately breaks his other leg.
Wow.
Bad day.
He says, "Why me? Oh God, why me?" It is now the players' turns.
Okay. I'm going to go for the arrow shot again. And this time I'm going to go for Goblin 2 just to switch it up. Maybe he's not expecting it. Alright, here we go. Come on. A 9 again. So, so that's 13 total, which, if I recall correctly, does not hit.
Does not hit, indeed.
Damn it.
Actually, it hits, but it bounces off the goblin's armor. He does not feel... He feels but a light touch.
Alright. Colby.
All right. I'm going to go for one of the goblins under Dan as well with my arrow.
Right.
So remind me again what my what I'm trying to roll. Is this a dexterity check?
Yeah, so you're going to roll a d20 and you're going to add your dexterity modifier to it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got a 14 plus 3.
Nice.
17?
Yep.
Good.
And so I also have this
That's solid.
sneak attack thing. I don't know if that's relevant right now.
I don't
What
think
is
so.
that?
It says once per turn when you hit a creature with a dexterity-based attack, such as your short bow, and you have advantage on the attack roll, you can deal an extra 6 damage or 1d6 damage to your target.
Nice.
Yeah, that works. You have the advantage because his back is turned to you. Because he's looking at Dan up in the tree.
Nice.
All right. So yeah, that does apply.
So you'll do 2d6 then.
2d6 damage.
All right. So should I roll two d6s at the same time? I can do that.
Yeah, you can roll 2 at the same time, or 1 at the time and add them.
Nice. So I have 5 and 3.
All right. So
All right.
then you deal 8 damage. And that goblin is dead.
Yay!
That goblin is toast.
Our first fatality.
Back the arrow. The arrow flies out of the bow, slices the goblin's skull right in half with the force and the
Like
power.
splitting an arrow, but an entire skull.
Splits it in half, almost as if you would hit an apple with an arrow from a long distance. It just splits right in half,
Oh God.
and the goblin's body lays limpless and dead.
Feels
Goblin
fantastic.
was that Goblin 2 or Goblin 1? You said the one on the
Goblin.
left.
So his
Right.
left would be Goblin 2.
Goblin 2, yeah.
Yeah.
So Goblin 2 is now dead. No more Goblin 2. And now it is Sean's turn.
As a man of nobility and of honor, I take it upon myself to put the a nearly mortally wounded goblin out of his misery. I draw my great axe and swing with the force that is befitting a fallen warrior.
So wait! I thought you wanted to keep that one alive.
No, the one the stirrups will keep alive. This one is so busted up, he's not going to be able to talk. He's like gurgling blood at this point.
Okay.
That's my theory anyway.
All right, so you're going to do some damage with your...
the great axe.
Your strong axe.
Well, he has to roll the d20 first.
All right. D20
yeah, roll the d20.
Says 20. Hey.
Oh my god.
20.
So that's a crit.
But wait. Now, this is what is this? Strength.
Crit means that it's going to hit no matter what, and it's going to do a lot of damage. Actually, I think it means you can roll twice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you roll your attack dice twice.
All right.
Your attack die goes twice.
Do it again.
No. How much
He only
damage?
has 1 HP.
How much damage does your long axe do? Hang on.
Yeah, no, your great axe is a D12.
Yeah, so you roll
Plus
2d12.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to listen to what you guys say.
12, and then you add 3 to that.
All right. So a 5 and another 5, 10 plus 3 is 13.
Okay. So he's obliterated.
He is vaporized.
So Sean takes out his anger. He says, "This is for my family," and then just begins brutalizing this poor guy, the likes of which no one has ever seen since that scene from *Inglourious Bastards* when the guy wails on him with the baseball bat. But Sean does the equivalent damage with a great axe, and the massacred corpse is not pretty to look at. Your teammates kind of cower in fear at this point, give each other a look of disdain about the brutal way you handled that goblin. But he is in fact dead, and
Cool.
you did in fact win the battle.
Cool.
Though 2 goblins still remain. And Goblin 1 is super pissed because of what happened to his friends and the brutal ways in which they were massacred. He's a little bit frightened, but he's going to try to fight this off. All right. So what the goblin does is he realizes that he is never going to be able to beat the likes of you heroes. The goblin turns tail and flees the scene. He jumps off the cart and exits the battle. He has been defeated.
Hey.
Yeah.
So what about our
Stirrup
goblin
goblin.
3?
So
Yeah.
now you are left with the stirrup goblin.
Aptly named.
Stir up some trouble with him.
Hey. You never know. He may eventually escape.
Yeah, depending on how we roll, might just slip out of our hands,
The
literally.
fate of the dice.
Okay. What are your plans for Last Goblin?
All right, so
Well, doesn't Last Goblin have to try again to get out before we...
He's given up. He realizes that he can't get out of the stirrup.
Oh, okay.
He sees the 3 heroes approaching him. Do any of you speak Goblin by any chance?
no.
No, but
No one speaks Goblin.
I have a position of privilege, which says the common folk
Of course you do.
the common folk make every effort to accommodate you and avoid your displeasure.
And how does that apply here?
I have no idea. I just think I'm great. So I don't know. You tell me if that's helpful.
I don't think the Goblin really cares if you have a position of
Yeah, right.
privilege
No,
or
it was
not.
worth a shot.
This goblin doesn't speak Elvish or Draconic by any chance.
No, he only knows Goblin.
I never had to run in with a dragon before. Like, had to talk to a dragon. This goblin never.
Okay, so you know what? The Goblin actually he speaks Common. He doesn't speak Goblin,
Hey.
but he speaks Common.
That's
Oh,
fantastic.
good.
He can understand you guys, and you can barely understand him. He has a thick Goblin accent.
Mm,
It's the worst.
yeah. It's a little bit up here.
But he,
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
the captured Goblin says,
No, do we gotta put the screws to him at all, or is he just gonna start blabbing? I'm ready to drag him behind this cart.
He saw what you guys did to his friends, and he doesn't want that happening.
I didn't
to
even
him.
get to use any of my charisma.
No, you just used brute force and annihilated his friends.
Works either way.
Goblin says, "Please, please leave me be. I will tell you anything about my people." My best goblin.
Go on, Italian goblin.
Worse than my Irish one.
Right. Which one of you wants to persuade this goblin? Keyword being persuade.
Persuade with.
Oh, I have persuasion.
Dragging him behind.
I have +3 persuasion.
Oh shit! Colby is super persuasive.
You could each persuade him for a different piece of information.
Oh. Well, I would like to persuade him about who sent him.
Okay, so Salazar walks up. He says, "Who sent you, goblin fiend?" Goblin says, "My leader, his name is Bugbear, named Clarg. He answered to King Groll, chief of Cragmaw tribe, who dwell in Cragmaw Castle. Please, I can provide basic direction to Cragmaw Castle. It is about 20 miles northeast of Cragmaw Hideout in Neverwinter Wood." So if you didn't get that, because of my terrible
what's the
accent,
Crib Notes version?
Basically, he tells you that his leader is a bugbear named Clarg. He answers to King Groll, the chief of the Cragmaw tribe, who dwells in Cragmaw Castle. He goes on to tell you that Cragmaw Castle is about 20 miles northeast of the Cragmaw Hideout in Neverwinter Wood.
Right.
Okay.
Um,
That sounds like it's out of our way. Is it? Is that true? Like, do we have a timetable on these mining equipment deliveries here?
You guys can look at the map again. I'll re-show you the map.
Yeah.
Cragmaw Hideout is right here.
Oh, okay.
And
It's on the
Cragmaw
way.
Castle's right there. And that's Phandelver, the place.
Oh, okay.
and where are we?
It's actually right on the way.
Where are
Oh,
we?
yeah.
You guys are
Yeah. well,
a day's travel from Neverwinter, so you're about here.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like, keep going.
We
Nice.
can take a little. We can pop in.
Can I persuade the goblin to see how many other goblins are in the hideout?
Yes, you can actually.
A layout of the hideout would be good too. While you're
That's true. Yeah.
some persuading.
Maybe that.
Various details on the hideout.
Just so you know, normally in these situations, you'd have to do a charisma check.
Mm-hmm.
But because the goblin is willing to divulge all of this information because he's terrified, basically,
Fair.
he's just going to give this information up. I'm just doing that because your charisma levels are so high; it's kind of fruitless. You'll easily ace all the checks. So, you asked how many goblins were in his hideout. Stirrup Goblin says. Fewer than 20 goblin currently dwell in the lair.
All right.
Fewer than 20 goblins.
That's a lot of goblins.
Fewer
We can
than
take
20.
them,
All right.
especially if we go about it sneakily.
That's true. What if it's just like one big room though? Then we're screwed.
Well, right. That's why we need to ascertain the layout of this lair.
Yeah.
I guess that might be my charisma check.
That would be your ask.
Yeah.
I do not know exact layout of a goblin hideout. However, the dwarf and his map, they were delivered to King Groll as instructed. The dwarf's human companion is being held in the room we like to be calling the Eating Cave.
That's not good.
Uh-huh.
All right, so you've
Right.
now just confirmed that the guy that hired you and his assistant were captured by these goblins.
Yeah, so it
His
sounds
assistant
like
is being held in the Eating Cave.
but the other the guy who hired us is still alive too. All right, so yeah,
Maybe.
So it seems like we should put this delivery on hold and try and rescue the guy who's supposed to be paying us for the delivery before we.
yeah. Dude, in the hideout is not the castle, right? It's a different thing. Is it like a cave? Is it
There's a
wooden
difference
shack?
between the hideout and
shanty.
the castle is different. The hideout is a cave. I can tell you that. It's basically
So the cave is where these two are being held.
Well, he only confirmed that one of them is there. He knows that
Oh, okay.
he knows that both of them were captured, but he knows for a fact
at least
that
one of them is in the cave.
is in the
Okay.
cave. Yeah,
Okay.
the assistant, the Rockseeker's friend.
Yeah.
All right.
While we're chilling out, let's dust down these corpses for some valuables. Got some
Word.
gold pieces.
Shake him down.
What are you going to do with this goblin who just divulged all that information?
Oh, that's
Kill
up
him?
to Sean. or Colby.
All right.
Colby's evil. He's got to do it.
I mean, I don't see any reason to leave loose ends.
That's true.
It's a good answer.
It's true.
He might go back and warn his goblin friends.
Except, what if we could use him at the cave? What if we could get him to lead some of the people in the cave out, and then we can ambush them? And the
That's true.
ambushers
Use
become
him
the
as bait.
ambushed.
We could tie him behind the ox cart.
We could do that, or we could use him to get some of those 20 goblins out, thin their herd a little bit before we go in and slaughter the rest of them.
I think we should use the rope in the mining supplies to tie up this goblin and toss him in the cart for use later, TBD.
Yeah. I also have some rope in my my inventory.
All right, so your plan is to tie up the goblin and use him as some kind of bait / guide through the caves.
We'll figure it out when we get there.
Figure it out when you get there. All right. Goblin sees the rope in your hands. He says, "I will not be going without a fight." And he is attempting to resist you from putting the rope around his hands.
Is Sean doing the pudding?
He's going to do a strength check. Yeah, who's putting the rope on him?
Sean should be doing it.
Sean, definitely.
Yeah.
What do you do, brother?
He's going to do a strength check
Okay.
to see if.
What do I do for that?
So then I roll the. Well, I guess it's going to be against your modifier. No, your modifier is only 3. I'll do a strength check. I'll see if he's able to
Overpower me?
resist. Oh. The goblin grabs the rope out of Sean's hands and he throws it on the ground. He says, "Be seeing you later, suckers," and he runs out of the way.
Can I draw my bow and try to shoot him in the leg?
All right, Dan draws his bow,
Yeah.
but that takes 1 turn.
Damn.
So he's now 60 feet away from you.
It's
It's going
fine.
to be a long shot.
Did I ever put my bow away?
I've got a long bow.
I wish I
He's
had
like,
my
"That's
javelin." Shouldn't have thrown it away.
So you're going to do
guess-
a d20.
Oh my god, a 9 again.
Oh, man. Plus the... Oh, no, that's just for the check, right?
It's a 13. It's the total.
13?
Probably not good enough. If I couldn't hit him with a 13 directly beneath me, I have a feeling.
Oh, your arrow missed. Your arrow went wide into the thickets.
Can I also draw my bow?
Yep, you can draw your bow, but he's getting away. Be quick about it.
All right. You said he's 60 feet away?
60 feet away.
All right. Let me find my...
Too far for Sean's javelin, unfortunately.
I
Did
got
Colby
an
just roll his
11.
iPad?
11 plus 3, 14.
14. The arrow just barely nicks the goblin's booted foot. The goblin feels the pressure of the arrow, but it does not do much damage. The goblin escapes.
Damn it.
Should have killed him when we had the chance.
Yeah.
I'm sure
That
we
is
won't
the
come to
Lord
regret
guy.
that.
That's what I get for listening to you guys.
You realize that all you had to do was Sean could have taken out his great axe and just slammed it on his head. He would have instantly killed him.
But there was the fun in that.
You guys wanted to have fun with the goblin.
What's the fun
It's
in
true.
that? We want to hang out. He seems like a nice guy. He's bumbly, clumsy.
Did we
It's
get
fun.
his name? Like, jeez.
Goblin 4.
Stir up the goblin.
Stir up the goblin. Now, before we do anything, Matt, I would like to grab my javelin out of the ground.
Smart.
Make sure I have that in my possession.
And
Right.
we need to search the bodies for anything else useful.
Yes.
Okay, so while Sean is going to reclaim his javelin, Colby and Dan are looting the bodies to see if they find anything useful.
Yeah. This is a...
You never know those goblins. Could have anything.
Goblin's gonna gobble.
What the hell does that mean?
Goblin's gotta gobble.
That does not sound right. Not at all.
You found nothing interesting on the person of the dead goblins. Just
well, there's
3
nothing left
pieces
to find
of
of that one that Sean killed.
Hmm?
There's nothing left but paste. Just to
The
find.
one I
obliterated
killed.
that one.
Yes, exactly.
Sticky green paste.
He destroyed that one. Yeah, you really find nothing interesting or of note on any of the goblins. You know what? One goblin has 2 gold pieces on it.
Yes.
Sweet. So this will defray our costs.
Yeah.
I can get myself the shaft of an arrow with that. You know, back in the day, you could get yourself 2 whole arrows for 2 gold pieces.
I can't believe the inflation with gold pieces.
Yeah.
How does anyone make a living these days?
Jesus.
So sad.
So what do we do with the gold pieces?
So you keep them, and then eventually you're going to exchange them for materials.
Who keeps them?
Well, I'm nobility. I should keep them.
The thing is, each one of you technically has your own pouch to keep your own coins in.
Yeah.
But some teams I know like to do like this collectivist thing where they all, like the team has like a certain amount of gold and then they like budget it.
Mm.
So it's really up to you.
So here's my deal. Sean and I managed to actually kill a goblin, so I think we should split the
Each get a
2
gold
gold
piece.
pieces amongst our
Gold pieces?
pouches. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. I did distract 2 of them for almost 3 turns, though.
Ooh.
You were really
I
not
obliterated
I mean,
one to
yeah.
paste, Dan.
I guess you did distract them with your near incompetence. I don't know.
I'll stop rolling 9s eventually.
We can only hope.
Yeah.
And you can't even blame an app. You've got real dice.
I know. Maybe
My dice is
accidentally
broken.
bought loaded dice. There we go. There's a 19.
Nice.
I also, so speaking of me sucking, I also need to, we need to take a rest here because I'm about to die.
Oh yeah.
That's a good point.
so
That's a good point.
maybe,
Yeah, you guys want to do a long rest? Restore all your HP?
yeah, I don't need to. I can trance. So
Okay.
what does that mean? It
Sounds pretty
means
cool.
That elves don't need to sleep. Instead, they meditate deeply, remaining semi-conscious for 4 hours a day. You gain the same benefit as a human does for 8 hours of sleep.
Wow.
So if someone else wants to take the reins, we want to keep going, I can just sort of like, yoga out in the back.
I have perfect health, so I can take the reins.
All
Well,
right.
I also have perfect health and I have better dexterity than Sean. Question mark?
I trust this asshole who just insulted me more than the guy with the axe.
That guy is brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see what he did to that
I'm gonna
goblin?
meditate facing him for sure.
Smart.
Good idea.
All right, so I'm driving, Dan's sleeping. Sean, where are you?
I am escorting.
You're off the cart again?
I am alongside the cart, supervising.
Hauling your great axe.
I am wiping the goblin blood off of it.
Sort of caked on a little bit. You got really
Yeah, I gotta really-
like a paint thinner sort of thing. Like
Yeah, really go at it. Yeah, hey, we got time.
Nice.
All right, so you've done your long rest, or are you doing a long rest or no?
No.
I'm just doing a 4-hour little elven
Little
super nap
meditation.
thing. Yeah.
All right, so in the meantime, Colby and Sean, where are we going from here?
Well, I think we gotta head towards the goblin hideout, right?
And where is that?
Neverwinter Wood.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm just checking to make sure you're paying attention. Neverwinter.
Right. It's tough when I don't have the map.
That's right. You're going to Neverwinter Wood. And that is here's the map. So Neverwinter Wood is this big thing here.
Mm-hmm.
You're right about here.
Yep.
So the easiest path you can follow, because that's the hideout right there. You just basically have to go a little bit further south.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're heading south down the path. The party can easily steer the way.
Put the map in the chat, Colby.
Oh, nice.
All right. So what is the marching order that you guys have? I see Dan is meditating. Dan's meditating on the top of the cart, I assume. Sean is driving the cart.
No, Colby's driving the cart.
Can't I be like in the back of the cart or sort of inside of it, a little bit sheltered?
You can be on back, like with the material. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Colby is driving, and I am walking alongside.
Walking alongside it. Okay. Okay. So you're walking along the path, and you see an area on the road that just doesn't look quite right to you. There's
Has it been 4 hours yet?
There's leaves on top. No, it hasn't been 4 hours yet. You just started on the journey. You just got back on the road.
God.
And there's an area that does not look quite right. There's a couple of leaves obscuring one particular section of the path. But the spot is wide enough that it would fit your entire cart. How do you want to handle this situation?
We definitely need to pull up before we roll on over that.
Okay.
So we'll stop. Yeah.
Okay. So the cart is stopped. Now what to do?
Somebody needs to survey the scene for safety.
Okay.
Sean Jennings or Count Sal, safety first.
Okay, what do I do?
You're going to do a perception check.
Perception check. How do I do that?
You're going to use your wisdom modifier, which is +1, and
yes.
You're going to roll a D20.
Okay, and the D20 is 6.
6 + 1 is 7. You survey the scene, but you feel like it's all right.
Oh,
you don't really notice anything out of character. You just see whatever. It's a bunch of leaves piled up on the road.
That sounds like something I would say. Yes. Okay.
Doesn't really seem that suspicious at all.
So Dan is Dell is asleep right now.
Yes, he's meditating. He can break his meditation, but then he won't recover his HP.
If it's not been that long, fine. Like if it's only been like a half.
It's only been
hour,
10 minutes.
Oh, then break away.
So break your meditation.
What is the investigation skill? Like what is that?
Investigation is.
It's like perception, I think.
It's perception, yeah. It's perception, which is governed by wisdom.
Okay.
Survival is also governed by wisdom.
Gotcha. So could I how? I don't know. I want to examine this suspicious patch further before we proceed with the cart. Because one, Dell is in it, and two, all of our resources are also in it. Can I get off the cart and walk up to it?
Yeah.
Investigate it.
You can walk up, and then you can also do a perception check.
Okay. So I'm doing a perception check.
Yep.
So that means I roll a d20, and then it's
wisdom
plus
modifier.
Yeah, but it's a +0 modifier.
Right. I got a 12.
All right. Colby notices that this is an obvious trap. The character
no idea.
has noticed that it is a snare trap designed to basically catch whoever walks over it by the leg and flip them upside down. If the entire cart had trotted upon this trap, it likely would have broken several of the wheels, which would not have been good. Colby has helped his team avoid what could have been disaster on this road.
Nice.
You travel down the road, and you continue travel, and 10 more minutes have now passed. And a similar situation occurs to you. Many leaves in the middle of the road. This time, however, it looks like the leaves may have just been blown by accident. They've kind of been laid haphazardly, but they are also mixed with a lot of dry grass and thickets from the nearby woods. How do you proceed?
I don't know, Sean. What do you think? Caution.
It doesn't hurt to check, right? I mean, there's
Yeah.
real no downside. Do you want to take this one, or you want me to take it?
Sure. I'll try it first, and then
All right.
if at first I don't succeed,
We'll do it again.
yeah. 20.
A 20, perfect. All right, a perfect perception check. You realize that this is obviously a pit that the goblins have dug. The pit is 6 feet wide, 10 feet deep, and it triggers as soon as a creature moves across it. The character now spots the pit, and you safely can go around it.
All right.
Nice.
Good job, Colby.
Colby safely, once again, has
Mal.
navigated you out of danger, out of harm's way. Several more minutes pass. Dan, if you want to go back into meditation.
I don't think Dan has left meditation, has he?
Yeah, he never woke me up. So
Oh, you never woke up? All
Yeah,
right.
no, they didn't.
We didn't need
In
him.
that case, 5 hours have passed, and you finally
Woohoo!
Yes.
Cragmaw hideout.
Outstanding.
Congratulations.
Right.
All right,
When the
and
party
I'm good to
arrives
go.
tonight, it triggers a story milestone.
Yay! Da,
You
da.
gain 75 XP. Be sure to record that in your experience points area.
All right. How many?
75 XP.
75? That sounds like a lot.
Oh, I should mention also, your first encounter with the goblins, defeating those 4 goblins, that netted you each 12 XP.
All right.
67 total.
87.
Yes.
That's
See
how
that?
math works.
87 XP.
All right. We're so experienced.
You
We're almost
guys-
1/3 of the way to level 2.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 1/3. Exciting.
It is.
The Cragmaw tribe of goblins has established a hideout from which it can easily harass and plunder traffic moving along the Triboard Trail or the path to Phandelver. The Cragmaw tribe is so named because each member of the tribe sharpens its teeth so they can appear fierce and jagged.
Oof.
The leader of the Cragmaw bandits layering here is a bugbear named Clark, who has orders from the chief of the Cragmaws to plunder any poorly defended caravans or travelers on their way. A few days ago, a messenger from Cragmaw Castle brought new instructions. Waylay the dwarf Gundren Rockseeker and anyone traveling with him.
Interesting.
All right. So, the basically like the boss of this place. You already know because you interrogated the goblin. You got the information from him. His name is Clark, and he is a bugbear. All right. The Cragmaw Cave slopes steeply upward. The entrance is at the foot of a good-sized hill, and the caves and passages are inside the hill itself. How do you want to proceed?
I think that surprise. So I have 2 thoughts here. One, like I think surprise is the best option. So first, like we should probably make sure that we're not going to be seen coming up to this thing. Like, we should look for scouts. But second, I'm still really enamored with this idea that we could lure them out somehow. So we've got some high charisma here. I wonder, like, could we come up with a way we could somehow convince them to come out, or some of them?
So
be risky.
My other thought is that maybe it's possible that there's a second entrance to the hideout.
Yeah, like there always is in Oblivion.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think like first step is definitely assess the situation at the main entrance. Like, are there people around?
Yeah.
And maybe we could figure out, I don't know, do some poking around and see if there's a back door, if you will, that is more accessible.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're at the cave mouth, and you're checking out to see if there are multiple entrances.
We wouldn't want to look at the cave mouth. We would probably want to go around a ways.
Okay.
Oh, I know a way we could lure them out. Blow the lanterns up.
Yeah.
Just like outside.
Distraction.
Some of
That's
them
true.
will run out. Absolutely.
Diversion. Yeah.
Yeah,
Blow up
that's
the
maybe-
lanterns.
That's just a thought.
So do you think should we blow up all the lanterns? Because if imagine it turns out that the guy we need to save happens to be at the castle and is not at the hideout anymore.
Yeah.
Blowing stuff that explodes seems useful for a castle.
Yeah, I was hoping that we were storming the castle at this point.
This might help out a bit. You guys are at point 1. You see point 1?
Yes.
That's the stream that leads into the cave.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So anything that I'm covering with this paper is the cave.
Right.
And that stream feeds into the mouth of the cave, and there are several like trees and woodsy things around it.
You know what else we could do? And then the water is running out of the cave?
The water is flowing
This
It's
is a
flowing
terrible
out of the
thing.
cave mouth. Yeah. The
Yeah, so
water's
we could dam up the river and drown them all in the cave. It would take days.
Clever.
It would take a very long time because it's like a stream.
And
The
we
long
might
game.
injure the person we're trying to rescue. But...
And you might, or they might eat him long before.
right.
That's true.
Remember, he's in the eating room.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay.
I think we should do some perceiving, see if
Check the scene for safety.
yes.
Yeah. All right. So
Safety, Sean. Safety, Sal.
I'm going to look around, and I'm looking for tracks. I'm looking for anything that would indicate that there's more than one way in and out of this place. So
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a d20 and hope for not a 9, a 7. So that's only
It's not
10.
a 9.
Yeah.
So you fail to notice anything other than the cave mouth and the stream.
Yeah. Does anyone else have perception?
I do. I would.
Go for it.
I would like to check the around the stream and the entrance to the cave for signs of life, people, animals, or any other sign there have been recent movement in the area.
Okay.
I roll a 18 plus 1
Nice.
is
Wow.
19.
That's good.
I see
Nice.
everything.
Okay. Sean notices a narrow, dry path leading into the cave on the right-hand side of the stream. The thicket is impenetrable from the west side of the stream. So basically, like the other side of that river,
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah.
the other side of the river,
Yeah.
you can't get in there from
Okay.
the west side. Yeah. That's what you notice, but you see this dry path that leads into the cave.
So I guess we have to go that way. Have we exhausted our options on luring them out? Do you all think?
No, I mean, I don't think we have. I certainly think there's a lot of things we can do. Do you think this is the stage at which to do so?
I mean, our only other option is just to walk in at this point, unless someone has another idea.
I think we should do the distraction. I think we should light. So how many lanterns do we have, Dan?
Oh, I don't know.
Or not Dan? I meant.
While the team is arguing about what to do, two goblins notice the team squabbling and attack them through the thicket.
Damn it.
He's always sneaking up on us.
The goblins have taken refuge in the thicket and provide them with 3/4 of cover.
All right.
You are now in combat.
Roll for initiative. 12 plus 4. 16.
13 plus 3, I also have 16.
Oh, what happens then? It doesn't really matter to me.
I got a 5 plus -1. So I ain't doing shit.
You go first, Colby. I yield to you.
All right. I mean, I think, how far away are the goblins, Matt?
The goblins... The goblins are about 30 feet across the river.
Okay. And so they have the advantage because they snuck up on us?
They're hiding in a thicket. They just noticed and they attacked you, but they did it in a really loud way. So you noticed them because they're coming across the river. So there's no advantage. Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, I'm going to take out my bow. I guess that's going to be my turn.
All right. You take out your bow and equip it with an arrow.
Yep.
And now it is...
My turn?
Oh, wait. I have to roll for goblin.
It's my turn. Or depends on how this goes.
All right. What was your initiative, Colby?
Mine was 16. So is Dan's.
Oh, okay. What was yours, Sean?
Mine was, what did I say? 3?
4.
Okay. So now it's Dan's turn.
All right. I'm going to do the same thing, I guess. Yeah, I'm also... I can't take my bow out and shoot?
You can take your bow out and you can equip it. You can equip an arrow to it, but you can't shoot it.
Yeah, okay, that's what I do.
Okay, so you both equipped arrow, and now it is Goblin 1's turn. Goblin 1. Head straight for Sean. He's coming at him. Okay. But he does not make it across the river. He trips and falls right at the mouth of the river.
Excellent. Excellent.
He is now on the floor. Now it's Goblin 2. Goblin 2 reaches Sean, wielding his scimitar. He doesn't, but it bounces off of Sean's armor. He swings and he hits, but it bounces off Sean's shoulder pad.
It sure does.
All right, Colby.
All right. I guess I'm going to take aim at Goblin 2 because he is all up in Sean's business. Yeah.
And I have no initiative to defend myself.
Right.
No wonder you lost all your money. So you lack initiative.
Yeah, I'm shitty.
So I rolled a 1, but I have.
I was gonna point out that it's a little bit dangerous to go after the one that's going after Sean because you might hit Sean.
Oh yeah. So, well,
Yeah.
There are worse things.
So I rolled a 1, but I have this thing I have lucky. So when I roll a natural 1 on an attack roll, I can re-roll the die, and I have to use the new roll.
Nice.
So I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
To avoid hitting Sean.
So you don't nail Sean
Very
right in
nice.
the forehead.
It's usually a little of that luck.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he rolls a 1.
No, I got a 14 this time.
Much better.
Wow, much better.
Yeah.
Now, was that your attack roll, or was that your...
So that was my attack roll. So that's like 14 plus 3. Yeah.
It's gonna hit, and now you're gonna see how much damage you do.
Okay. Do I have sneak attack? Because
I would save sneak attack's probably one of those things you can only use like once every so often.
It says once per turn. I don't know what that means.
Oh.
Once per turn, when you hit a creature with a dexterity-based attack, And you have advantage on the attack roll.
Yeah, so that was my question.
Yeah, so I think in order to get an advantage on the attack roll, it means you have to get a natural 20, right?
Or no, you have to be coming like behind him or surprising him.
Oh, right.
Like,
so you would have advantage on the guy that fell across the river, but not.
But I was shooting at Sean's guy. So all right.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'll just roll my 1-6. This is a 6, right?
6.
Yep.
All
Cool.
right. So you do 6 damage.
Oh no! Sorry, I rolled a 2.
A 2. Okay. On your D6.
Yeah. So I have another question.
Yeah.
Next to my short bow, it says there's this attack bonus thing, and then there's the damage type, which says 1d6 plus 3 piercing.
3 pierce. Right.
Oh, I would just have that page open.
Yeah, I want to say that you would add 3 piercing damage. Like it has to do with like the armor class of the person you're fighting. So like the goblins have leather armor, which I think is susceptible to piercing damage. It's something like that.
Oh, when you're attacking with a weapon, you add your ability modifier, the same one you use for the attack roll, to the damage. So if you have a +3 dexterity, Colby, that might explain that. Then yeah.
I see.
Okay.
So it's 5 damage?
Yeah.
2 plus 3?
Yeah.
Good to know.
So you rolled a 2.
Yes.
And then you add the 3 for piercing?
Correct.
And then what about the attack bonus part?
The attack bonus.
Where it says +5.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, let's just ignore that for now. I'll look up what that is. I'll circle it. Yeah. All right. So you did 5 damage to the goblin. Goblin is badly hurt by your arrow. It finds its way right into the soft spot of the armor, right underneath his arm, and he receives the arrow straight to his chest. He is in excruciating pain.
So, are these goblins the same as the other ones, like 7 hit points?
Yep, same goblins.
Okay,
7 hit points. So that one has 2 remaining.
All right,
Dan, you're up.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for the one that fell down. I'm gonna try to drive one right in his skull.
Did we skip Sean?
Yeah, I haven't done anything.
No, Sean goes after me.
Sean's supposed to be after the second goblin.
Oh yeah, we did skip Sean before.
The turn order is Colby, Dan, Goblin, Sean.
I had such little initiative.
I was wondering, and then I looked at Sean, and he made like a sad face, and I was like, "Wait a minute,
where's my turn?"
I don't think.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Dan.
No. Sean should go, right?
Yeah. He had less initiative than we thought, but
I'll just do what you tell me to.
We'll let Sean go now.
All right, but Colby's already killed seriously injured one goblin.
Yeah. And that goblin is like right next to you.
Right next to me. Well, then I might as well just take a swing with my great axe at that goblin. What do I do again? Walk me through again.
All right. So you're gonna roll your d20.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's gonna see if it hits the goblin.
That was a 2.
Surprisingly,
2 plus my 3, 5.
2 plus your strength modifier.
Right, 5.
Strength modifier. It's still not good. Wait, is 5?
Well, yeah, 2, and I have a 3 modifier.
Oh, then it's a 5 total. Yeah,
yes.
But it's still not good enough to hit the goblin, unfortunately.
Dang. Whiff.
Swing wildly at the goblin, but you miss.
Okay. Bummer. Thanks for giving me my turn. It was very useful.
The axe goes clear over the goblin's head, and it is now Dan's turn.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to go for the one that fell in the stream. Let's roll higher than a 9. 12 plus 4 is 16.
You hit him.
Nice.
You hit him. Let's see how much damage you did.
So I'm going to do 1d8 plus 3, or plus 4, because Colby is Revelation with the piercing and the modifier. Here we go. This is the right die. 6. 6 total.
Dude, fuck that guy up.
Got him. Yeah.
The blood is in the stream.
Yes. The blood of the goblin is now flowing with the waters of the stream. As he's lets out an excruciating goblin scream.
All right.
It's Goblin's turn?
And
I think,
now it is Goblin 1's turn.
Is that
Can I-
Stream Goblin or Sean Goblin?
Can I move
Stream
myself also
Stream
away from move myself away from both goblins in case one of them manages to get up and take a swing at me? I want to sort of back it up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Wanna get out of the way.
I feel like I'm sort of in between. There's one over here that Sean is getting, missing, and then one over here that I just shot, and I feel like
So you want to basically get out of the line of fire.
Yeah. It feels like
Sure.
after my last experience, I might want to play it safe.
Take a couple steps back.
Yeah. Make sure I'm not the most attractive person to swing a sword at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
Then again, Goblin 1, they're both in a lot of pain. I think they both have 1 HP left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Better
All right,
safe
so
than sorry.
Goblin 1 is still in the stream. He's been struck by the arrow in the back of the leg. He's trying to get up. We're going to see if he's going to be able to stand up or if the arrow will prevent him from getting on his own 2 feet. All right, the goblin stands up. He's now back on his own 2 feet. He grabs the shaft of the arrow and pulls it out of his leg. And he sees Colby, who fired the arrow, and he's coming for revenge.
That's not true. Dan shot him. Didn't
Was
he?
it Dan who shot him?
Yeah, Scream Goblin.
Dan
yeah.
shot the one in
I
the
knew
stream.
I needed to get out of the way.
Well,
I
you know
said I
what?
was
The first person he sees when he crawls out of the river is Colby, and he assumes that Colby, because he's also wielding a longbow, did the damage. And he's charging at Colby, and he hits. He
Sorry, I
hits
got the fuck
Colby.
out of it.
Let's see how much damage he did.
Safety first.
Oh, wow.
That's not a good sound.
Yeah. He does 6 damage.
Ouch.
Ooh.
He does 6 damage. I did that, right? Yeah, he does 6 damage. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. 8 damage.
Ooh.
I didn't see that it was +2. 1d6 +2. Yes, he does 8 damage. Wow, all right. Where's Colby's at 1 hit point.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
You guys have to
Dang.
defend him.
I know how it feels, Colby.
He hit you pretty hard on that one. He hit you pretty hard. Now Goblin 2, the one that is also at 1 HP, lying right by
By me.
who was it, Sean?
Yep.
Okay. He's
Sort
going to
of
attack Sean.
bewildered that you managed to miss him.
yeah,
you
something
just,
right
like-
directly in front of
You
me.
actually swung for the sun. Really, it wasn't even.
It's like I was blind.
He's going to try to attack you from the ground. You're close enough to him where he can grab his scimitar and try to hack at your ankle.
Great.
And that's what he's going to do
Let's
right
hope
here.
for the best.
Let's see if he succeeds. With this roll, he does not succeed.
Yes.
The scimitar bounces off. It hits the dirt right before Sean's boot, bounces, and lands harmlessly at the foot of the boot. He does not make the hit. He misses. It is now Sean's turn.
Sean grabs his javelin and rather than throw it, uses it as an impaling weapon and stabs it straight through the heart, or at least attempts to, of the goblin on the ground in front of him.
Goblin's lying on his stomach, so you would
All right, through the back of his head.
shove him through his back. Oh, the back of his head. All right,
Right through the skull. Right through the skull.
Even more bloody.
All right, let's see.
Okay, so let's see what happens here. You roll your d20.
I roll a
That's
9 plus 3.
plus your 3 for strength, right?
Yep, 12.
Ooh. Yes, 12.
Yes, 12.
12. Wait. Did you roll the damage? That hits. 12 hits. Now
Yes.
you roll damage.
Okay. Which dice will you for that?
You're going to use the D. The javelin is a D6.
Okay. And the D6 says 5.
5.
Nice.
Plus a 3 piercing.
All right. You jam that javelin straight through the back of the goblin's skull. He is DEA dead.
DEA dead?
DEA dead.
He's Dia.
DEA dead. And now I guess the turn goes to Colby.
All right. Can I shoot the guy and also retreat, or retreat and shoot the guy? Or
Yeah, you can retreat. You can get out of the harm's way, but you can't attack after that.
Okay. So how could Dan attack and get out?
You could definitely
I think what he was trying to convey was he was just taking like 3 steps out of the line of fire, whereas you want to run away from the goblin. You want to
you can walk like.
I mean, I would
5
take.
feet,
I would. Yeah.
But you can't like move your whole 30 feet.
the 30 feet equals a turn, and 30 feet is like away from him.
I'm fine
So he
with
can't attack.
Yeah, I'm fine with stepping back 5 feet and then.
Because if you don't get him, I've got him. Don't worry.
He's only at 1 HP.
I'm a little worried.
And Dan goes first. Yeah, but if he misses, it could get scary.
Yeah, so I'm gonna step back to give Dan ample room to not shoot me instead of
Okay, that's a good
Good
idea.
idea.
the goblin, and then I'm gonna take another shot with my bow.
Well, you have to
Okay.
load for a turn, right?
No. It's all.
No, he has it. He has
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
All right,
It's just on that first.
2.
Ooh. I'm going to assume that
2
missed.
plus 3, so 5.
5 does not hit.
Bummer.
Does not hit. Arrow misses.
I'm in pain, man.
You're off your game a little bit there.
Yeah.
All right.
Trying to compensate for that injury, but
All right, here we go. Gonna shoot the Colby assailant, the Mal assailant, and I'm gonna go for higher than a 9. That's my goal. And I got a 9. Plus
And a
4 is
9.
13.
oh, you got 13.
13 total.
That is a hit. You hit the goblin.
Woo! All right, here we
And-
go.
And the goblin's back. He is also DEA dead.
Absolutely. In fact, he's 10 dead. He's
Ooh.
like
Wow.
Brutally
It's like-
dead.
it's like when you leave the pasta in like the pot for too long. It's all mushy. It's just like over.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't
arrow
even eat
just-
it. It was unnecessary.
Big hole in his stomach.
Yeah.
And is now in addition to the blood that was once streaming in the water, his guts are now also
Where they belong.
in that menagerie. You win.
Yay!
Encounter. You defeated another goblin ambush, and you are awarded. You are awarded 6 XP points each.
Hey!
Yeah.
Can I steal Dan's?
No.
Oh.
Hey, I did some real work in that fight. I like, in terms of this company, I think I've made up for my past transgressions.
That is fair. You've done
Yeah.
good work.
I
Everyone's
do
done good
appreciate you saving my life.
work. We
Honestly, I would have liked to have seen that plan pay out with the lighting the
explosion?
gas lights on fire and causing the distraction. But interestingly enough, in the book, it gives you like a time limit where like if the players don't make a decision in this like in 1 minute,
ooh
basically like this ambush happens.
That's
we
kinda
failed.
cool.
It's
miserably.
devious. It's very
Do you think now that they're aware that we're here and that there's no chance for surprise?
Well, before we get to that, we're just about out of time for tonight. So I want to quickly wrap up loose ends so we don't forget for next week. First of all, I want to grab my javelin,
Yep.
and I think we should check them for anything on their persons.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's check out those goblins.
Always need to do that.
Never know what you might find.
Goblins are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Never know what you're gonna get.
Ah.
And one of them's filled with that like gross, what do you call it inside the chocolates there? Human
Oh,
guts? No, I don't know.
The caramel filling.
Yeah.
The creamy center of the goblin.
The creamy nougat center. Only the finest.
One of the goblins has a map on his person. But in trudging across the stream, part of the map has been destroyed.
Whoa.
You can see part of the entrance to the cave. And
Oh,
this
he's going
is
to
what
show.
his map
Oh, we get a visual.
This is what his map looks like.
Okay.
So that's once
One
through
chamber.
the entrance, there's a chamber off to the right.
Yeah, that's basically all you can see.
Okay.
Okay.
As soon as you get in the chamber, as soon as you get in the cave, the stream is on your left, and there is a big antechamber on the right.
All right.
Fantastic. Anything else we'd like to do, gentlemen, before we wrap this evening?
Can I nap?
We all take a long
You all should
rest.
take a long rest, especially Colby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
We'll be back next week.
That's right. We'll be back with more. I want a big, massive thanks to Colby and Dan for being here. Of course, the co-hosts on the Don't Panic podcast covering technology every week at don'tpanic.io, at Colby Rabidou on Twitter and at JazzDan on Twitter. Gentlemen, anything else you'd like to plug or tease while you're on this program?
I don't think so. That was surprisingly fun.
That was a ton of fun. I'm just
knew
going to
you
put
would
my
like
hand
it.
up and vote that we have to keep this. We have to do this again.
I'm gonna buy the book.
Yes, and I'm
get
going to
some
do my
real
homework.
dice.
That's the other thing. I'm going to get the dice, and I'm going to figure out how to actually play rather than be like, guys, what do I do?
Yeah.
It's not bad. It was only like 30 on Amazon.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's not bad.
well worth it.
Yeah.
So
Not bad at all.
That's a pretty cool coffee table book too.
It is. Yeah.
Oh.
It has a lot of really great pictures. Like
Nice.
like
Yeah.
cool artwork and stuff.
So what's the current version?
5E.
It's 5 E.
All right.
E is just edition. So it's the 5th
Okay.
edition. Yeah.
Right.
Could have figured that.
Mhm.
Cool. Well, thanks, guys, for being here. Matt, anything else you'd like to say before we conclude?
Thank you, Dan and Colby, for joining us on this adventure. I had a
Anytime.
lot of fun.
And thank you
and,
for being Dungeon Master. I thought you did an
totally.
excellent
Yeah.
job.
Well done.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
And we'll be back probably next week with a regular episode before we do more of these. But Matt, can we tease? Do you still want to do our autumn show?
Sure, why not?
Can we do a whole show
We'll
about
do the
autumn?
show.
Nice.
Take a break from all this gory goblin killing to
Talking about
talk
fall
pretty
stuff.
fall colors. Of course, GoldilocksShow.com is the website, and SoundCloud.com/GoldilocksShow for all our episodes. Check them out there. Dungeons and Dragons or not Dungeons and Dragons, check those out. On behalf of Matt, as well as Dan and Colby, this is Sean. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time for another episode of the Goldilocks Zone.